right, Shalom. First and foremost, we are the Hebrew Israelites. We come out week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America. This wicked country, you call it the United States of America, you know? We are the Hebrew Israelites, and we came out to prophesy that these people listed here on the 12 tribes chart, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are the chosen people of who you ignorantly call God and who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, whose real names are Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Right. First and foremost, we want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to Yakim, preaching his word in sincerity and in truth. All right, so yesterday was Saturday in Babylon, and we had a live stream going on by the brothers Bakashaya, you know? And then Bakwashia,
I believe that was in
Kansas.
Kansas.
Yeah. And if you was watching the live stream, and even if you didn't catch the live stream, you showed that it showed basically that Esau is gonna come harder at us, you know, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is gonna protect his servants, you know. So the angels encampeth about those that fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and that's what it showed in the live stream yesterday. You know, Esau came up with the devil spirit on him, you know, because he is the son of the devil. And he stole the camp stick, and he ran off with it, you know. So the brothers, we have to be spiritually minded, you know. We can't be carnally minded in this truth, because you know the scripts say being carnally minded is enmity against the Most High. Right. So in what happened there, the brothers chased him just to get the stick back, you know. They didn't chase him to fight; they chased to continue to preach the word. You know, and after that happened, the brothers lifted up the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai delivered that Edomite unto them, you know, and that Edomite went to the police station. He got handcuffed, you know. So we're gonna bring some scripts out on that.
It's Isaiah chapter 54, verse 17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper.
That goes with spiritual and this carnal weapon, you know. Because if we in the good graces here, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and no elect is going to be plucked out of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's hand. The scripts say no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. So that's not only going for the carnal weapons that Esau have, but that's also going for the demons that attack us. You know, because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and spiritual wickedness in high places. You know? So if Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is for us, nothing can be against us. Right. Nothing can come against us, you know?
Because you have to think about it, there's things set up like Project Megiddo, which is will take down any so-called radical group, the Patriot Act, Rex 84, things like that that's set up to take down groups like us, because we're prophesying what the Bible says. But if you look at the Project Megiddo, it talks about black Hebrew Israelites, which we're not the black Hebrew Israelites. They have like certain Christian groups, neo-Nazis. Basically, every American citizen between that and the Patriot Act is a homegrown terrorist.
Right. Everybody that's so-called thinking for themselves is anti this government, basically. You know, everybody that's not on the same wavelength or agreeing to everything that the American society has in place, they looked at or deemed as terrorists. You know. And with us being more of a spiritual, sent from above, from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, we're number one on this list, you know?
Because we're the biggest threats to the society. Right. So, but even though they have all these things set in place, whether it be martial law, FBI, or undercover cops, or whatever can come against us, it's not going to prosper.
Right.
Like the scripture says, if this council be of men, it will come to naught.
Right.
But if it be of the Most High, we could overthrow it.
And every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment, thou shalt condemn.
God, and every tongue that shall rise against thee. So you got a lot of people naysaying against the truth. You got a bunch of people butting up against us, trying to put us out there as if we're doing something wrong. You know, they gonna get the return for that. It says every idle word they shall take account of in the day of wrath. You know, so Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is listening and marking everything that you people are doing against us. You know, all you Edomites who are you so-called white people are the sons of the devil. You are the devil himself. You know, so
I got a free too.
No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn.
Because there's no way of y'all stopping the truth. This truth is not going to be stopped. Whether you take a whole camp off the street, you know, that don't mean nothing, you know? Them brothers is going to be back out there by the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. You can't stop this truth because we not on us physical terms just doing it, you know? It's something in us from above, from Yahweh Shem Shai, that's moving us to come out here and preach this word.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 16. It says, above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith you shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked.
And that's exactly what we have to do, you know. Seeing what happened yesterday on that brother, on them brothers' live stream, that not only builded their faith, but it built the faith of the brothers that was watching it. Because that shows you that no one can come against us if we continuously doing what Yahweh Shem Shai said, you know. Yahweh Shem Shai has brought brothers through endless number of tribulations, you know, whether it be life-threatening, car accidents, people coming up saying they're gonna kill us, you know, and look what's happened to everyone that says they are gonna do that.
Start at 10.
Yeah, I'll start. Yeah. Ephesians 6 and 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, meaning we just not battling the people on earth. It's the demons on them that we're battling, you know?
Spiritual warfare.
Spiritual warfare.
It says, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
We battling demons and spirits, you know? So and you can feel it too. When it's a group of people, for example, when you have people at camp, when brothers are at camp, and one demon come up, more demons will flock to that demon and cause and bring up and stir up confusion, you know? So that's how you know it's not just a carnal thing, just something that your eyes can see. This is way past what you can see, you know?
Yeah, if I may make a point, every camp all over the world did experience when, you know, camp is going smoothly or whatever, and then you see people walking by, and then one person miles away, you see them coming up, and it seems like everything is all, you know, cool. You know, they walking, it's not a problem. It seems like they're in their normal state. But as soon as they cross paths, as soon as they come within the region of the camp, you see the demons start animating through that individual. You know, they start just, you know, moving a certain way, or they start singing out loud, or, you know, they start screaming and cussing at spirits. You know, they start cussing at you. That's because that individual, it ain't really them, it's the demons that's on them. You know, and the brothers always bring up that example, that movie Fallen with Denzel Washington. Demons hop on people, and it basically, demons got to use flesh to basically operate. They got to use the human body to make their moves.
A vessel.
As a vessel, you know, vehicles.
I just want to say right quick about, because most of the people that walk on the earth deal in carnality. The only people that really dealing spiritually are those top elite and the men of the Lord. Everybody else is dealing generally on a carnal level. They don't know how to separate the two and understand from a spiritual standpoint that it must be played out through the flesh. They only see that, why is this black man, or they see the skin color, why is this white man, or why is this, you know, but they ain't looked into the demon that's on it. And where that demon comes from, and what power and energy is coming out of to push that out. Because of what? Like a lot of times, whether it's Michael Jackson, whether it's a drummer, whether it's somebody with a boombox will come by and try to change the spirit of this over here. Or they'll come up and argue and try to change the spirit of the camp. But they don't realize, as long as we stay focused on this word and we keep teaching this word, there's nothing you can do. It's sincerity and the truth, there's nothing you can do. Start back at 10, Bob.
And on another note too.
No, I don't mean all the way at 10.
The last verse back in Ephesians 6 and 13, it says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand.
And that's part of the truth too, you know, because we not just Israelites one day of the week, you know. We not just living the word camp day. You know, we living this, we trying to live this to the best of our ability every day of our lives, you know? And the spirits notice that, you know? In your daily life, I know brothers got numerous occasions where you could just be doing anything. You could be at Walmart, so to speak, and then somebody come up to you and be like, oh yeah, they'll say something about the scriptures. Or you could be at work. Like I just had an account at work, and I was resetting some stuff, and some girls that work with me, they came in, they was like, oh, shalom, shalom, shalom. And I was like, what the hell? Like, how do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I was like, how do you, but it was the spirits on them that recognized it, you know? The scripts say wisdom maketh the man face to shine. And the spirits around you realize that, you know?
Equally from the righteous spirits recognizing who you are to the wicked spirits testing you. And if I may, just a quick point, like when the Most High said, have you considered my servant Job? So he'll allow those wicked demons to test you, but just to prove that you're good or that you're not. That's the downside to it. But to prove, to try you, to test you out, to see if you're the righteous man that you're supposed to be.
I'm going to read it again. Verse 13. It says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. A quick read. Luke 21 and 34, and take heed, so like 36. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that you may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man.
It says, watch ye therefore and pray always, you know. The scripts say pray without ceasing. Ceasing, but it says pray and watch therefore, you know. Because at any time, Yahweh Shema Shai could throw something at you, you know. Whether it be good or bad, you know, and you have to look at everything on the spiritual side. You can't enact based upon emotions, you know. You gotta act on how the script. You have to act that out throughout the scriptures, you know.
With wisdom.
No, with wisdom.
It's about wisdom.
Yeah, that's why it says, watch ye therefore as well as pray. Meaning watch what's going on around you in the spirit. Pay attention to the spirit, man. You know, it says to be sober, be vigilant, all right? Be circumspect, you know. That's what comes with observing and being prudent in this truth. And then it says to pray always. Why? Because that's part of taking on that helmet of salvation. Because what are you shielding yourself from? These evil spirits, these left-hand energies, man. And prayer is part of shielding yourself from that. You pray to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai that he may keep that hedge of protection over you, and that he may not, you know, that he don't take the spirit from you. You know, prayer is very essential, man. You know.
And that prayer is gonna keep you in the spirit. So when those demons and those niggas and the people in the world come against you, that prayer will keep you around and keep you in the spirit, keep you in thinking of spiritual things, and not stooping to carnality like the people oppressing.
The point I just want to say was because a demon could hop on any of us. We're all susceptible to getting demons. A demon hopped on Peter. You know what I'm saying? He was the head of the church. So, I mean, it happens. But knowing how to get them off of you is also important. And knowing, it's a demon on me with that thought. Let me go on and pray this off of me. Let me go back and study. All these fasting, studying, praying, you know what I'm saying? All these things are part of putting on that armor, of protecting yourself, and praying that the Most High keep you from those type of things. Because sometimes you're asking is that shield before it even gets to the problem. You know?
Like you were
Rather
saying,
than fighting it off, it's like preventative. Instead of having to fight it off, it never really gets on you.
That's right. Hey, and them brothers in Kansas, them brothers in Kansas, they kept it spiritual because inwardly, they wanted to, beat the brakes off of Esau, and the Lord kind of delivered Esau up to him for that, but they still kept it spiritual. And the whole purpose of that devil to come up was to take them brothers out of the spirit. And that's exactly what all demons, when they come up to the camp, that's their whole objective, that's their whole goal, is to take you out of the spirit, because they're adversaries. They're supposed to play that role of opposing the spirit of righteousness. So you got to recognize that, man.
I mean, just to prove that you're just like them, just as wicked as them, and just as carnal as them. And that's why we have to stay in the spirit, so we remain spiritual.
And that's why, like brother was saying, the fasting, the praying, the studying, you know, those are all the tools to have the demons away from you, you know. And they like to attack you at your weakest points, you know. So say you're going through something, one day your head will be clear, like the brother Brock from Ancient Days said it. He was like, one day your head will be clear, and then the next moment, demons will try to mess with you, you know. But that's just something we have to go through. That's why the prayer is so important, because that's the way of letting Yahweh Shai know that not only are we willing to go through what we're going through, but asking for help, you know.
Acknowledge that we need His help.
This is Romans chapter 8, verse 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit.
They that after the flesh mind the things of the flesh. So they going off the impulse, they going off their reaction. They not thinking rationally or with wisdom, you know. When the apostle was here, he was like, when all the confusion started on the live stream, he was like, what we have to do is calm our bodies down, calm our spirits down, to have us think with wisdom and cut these devils with the scriptures, you know.
That's shit. Yahweh Shai was the perfect example of that. When did they ever, besides the time when he went into the temple and saw them, you know, the money changers in the temple, and he went in there and tore shit up. Outside of that, when did you ever see the Lord get out of character and lose himself?
That's right.
He kept it spiritual. He combated the wicked Pharisees and Sadducees with the scriptures. He outsmarted them. They always tried to come with some scenario to try to trap him up in his words or to get him to you know, pop fly with him. And Yahweh Shai kept it calm. He outsmarted them. He stayed spiritual. You know, you combat the devil with the word, man. You don't got to get all, you know, bent out of shape because a demon is coming up to oppose you. You know, we learned that here in Babylon, man, to react quick off of impulse. To react first and then think later. That's not how you're supposed to operate as a man in this truth.
This word will tell you sticks and stones will break your bones, but words will never hurt. That's not true. These words cut. It says your words are sharper than any two-edged sword, you know? And it's cutting more than, this is cutting deeper than flesh. These spiritual wounds.
Dividing asunder the marrow, the joints of marrow. Basically, everything that you can pull yourself together, that you thought that you put together, it cuts all of that and breaks all that down. That's what happened to Edomites in the Kansas camp. That's what happened to him. He got cut so hard, he got mad and tried to just react. And then what happened? He didn't even realize that he was under the power of Yahweh Shai's will. That he still had the answer for that. And he came back, got his ass whooped, and went to jail.
And
arrested.
And he's definitely marked now. He was marked already because he's Edomite, but he marked for judgment, special judgment.
And that's how you know Yahweh Shai was working it all through the spirit. Because the police had him come back with the sign, you know? Had him come back with the stick.
Humbled him.
Made him bring it back. And took him to jail. And like the brother said later throughout the video, them cops could kill a nigga the next day. You know?
In that moment.
But in that moment, they was for the brothers, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai.
Verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death.
To be carnally minded is death. That's self-explanatory. To want to fight and just go off an impulse like we've been saying this whole time, that's the ways of death, you know? Because you're not thinking rationally. Anything is going to happen to you if you're thinking without wisdom or spiritually.
If I may say this, even if you bring weapons to camp, that's being carnal. You know, you getting hemmed up by the police because they found a fucking a sword or a blade or a dagger or something. You being carnal. They looking. Esau is looking for that. He's looking to find that on you, man.
That's just another thing he's just gonna charge you.
If you got a gun in your backpack,
why would you do that?
You feel like you should protect yourself. The bounds of your protection lies within your arm.
That's being faithful.
You're not being spiritual. You know.
Trust in his arms.
You trusting in like it says, was that 2 Corinthians, the 10th chapter, man? For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. You know? I know that's another one brothers can pull. You know? The only weapon we got out here is this book. This word, man. That's all you need.
We have a shield and a sword out here.
Yeah.
To protect and to cut, and, you know, we can offend or and defend with both.
Yeah, man.
That's like I said, that's why it's so spiritual. Like we fight spiritual wickedness in high places by having on that whole armor. I think if you read more, it's going to go more into that armor. In Ephesians.
Yeah, we read it already. Yeah, I read it already.
But that's why that's listed like that.
For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
Fine. And that's what we're looking forward to. We're looking forward to a life of peace, you know? A life, everlasting life that's not going to end, and to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, you know? We're looking forward to the spiritual power and having Edomites, you so-called white people, under our subjection in the kingdom of heaven. You know, that's what we're looking forward to. We're looking forward to not worried about our children getting hurt, you know? Man. And that's all worth fighting for, you know?
Because the carnally minded is enmity against the Most High Yahweh, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be.
The carnal mind is enmity against the Most High. You know, so Yahweh Bashem Yahshai is not dealing with the carnal man, you know? He's looking for the man that's using his mind, that's using wisdom and being meek, you know? That's it. Get that. I got nothing.
Romans chapter 12, verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written.
If I can say, the way to revenge or avenge yourself is to allow the Most High to do it. And it was funny because we were just talking about it, about how we went through the same similar situation as our brothers in Kansas. Somebody came, broke our camera, messed up our signs, you know? And so the way we dealt with it was spiritual. You know, we wanted to fight him, but the Spirit wouldn't allow us to fight him. You know, to carnally fight him, but the Spirit wouldn't allow it. So we prayed, put the curse on him, did so on and so forth. You know, so on and so forth with that. But within a couple of weeks, a week or two, we found money to replace the camera and the tripod again. You know, we were meant to go through that, and I believe we passed the test because within reason, and the reason about maybe 2 weeks at the longest, we had a fresh camera and tripod again that he had messed up. You know?
Yeah. And that's just a testimony, man.
Yeah.
You know, brothers have been through situations like that. You know, hey, sometimes these demons, they turn up. The Lord allow these demons to turn up, man. But it's whether you'll keep it spiritual or not. Sometimes you're going to get, you know, we ain't saying not to defend yourself. You're going to, you know, sometimes the Lord will allow for a demon to get delivered. You know, you might not knock somebody the fuck out. You know, that happens. We warriors at the end of the day.
Right.
But you got to put everything in perspective, man, because we ain't out here for physical confrontation, but it can happen. You got to be ready for everything, man. But you still got to stay in the spirit knowing that, you know? And like the situation we had a few years ago, you know, we could have went there with him, you know, we could have did what we had to do with him, but the spirit had us in check. The spirit, you know, and I looked at this brother, man, I was like, hey, the Most High, what we could do to this nigga right now, the Lord could do far greater, you know? The Lord would do way worse than what we could do to this nigga. And we put curses on him right while he was doing what the fuck he was doing. You know, he was threatening to, you know, he was gonna break our jaw, he was gonna do this and do that against us. You know, like he kept walking up like he wanted to do something. But the spirit had him in check, because he didn't lift up a finger against us. You know, he might have, you know, ripped up a sign or whatever, he knocked our camera down. You know, hey, we took that L. But guess what? After he threatened us and told us we better not be back that next week, we came out the very next week. We never stopped coming out here, right on this corner. And where that nigga been all them years? That nigga's in the spirit world, man. That he's definitely in the spirit world after that shit, man. That nigga never came back, man. You know? And he was real adamant about us coming back out here, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll be back next week. I'll burn out. Be out here.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Yeah. But that's what it is. And moments like that is the reason why a lot of guys are afraid to come into this thing, man.
Now,
To come out and do this work. You know?
Those guys don't want to come out because they lack faith. They lack faith in Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
And they scared what the world think about them, you know?
They may see someone from work or some 2/3 nigga they know in the world or something. Man, we don't care about that, man. We out here to preach this word and do the work.
we care about what Yahweh Shem outside sees us and thinks of us.
Yeah.
You know, we take it as something that builds faith, because when a situation like that happens, when other guys look at it like, man, that's trouble, I don't know what I'm going to do next week. Well, this is what they went through. This is why you put that armor on and you learn about it. You learn about what they did in the ancient world and what we could do today. The same thing. They didn't stop. When was that Paul that was stoned and put in jail and commanded not to preach in the name of Yahweh?
No, that was Peter.
Peter. What did he do?
Speaking his
He
name.
went immediately right back out and taught in the name.
They say he back out there.
Immediately right out and taught in it. Well, it's the same thing for us. But they don't have faith. These other guys that don't want to come out don't have faith that the angels are kept around us, because they can't see. They're too carnal. They're too they're not tangible. Not being
Can
spiritual enough.
I say this? And above all, the Lord ain't working with him.
He didn't give them, he testing that faith. I gave, like, some of them only have one talent. They gave them that little bit of faith and they didn't expound upon it.
That's it.
They hit it, like, oh, I'm scared, they're still scared. Versus getting more talents and doubling up on that money.
I gotta say this. Just this week alone, we was offered some more water and stuff. And I told the cat, I say, look, man, that's all cool. You need to come out though. You see what, I know why you doing it. You feel like you need to do something. You're going to have to do it. We getting water, but you need to do it, man. If the Lord is moving you toward coming to the camp, you better make a move. Your water's on, we got water.
Yeah, come get the spiritual water. Spiritual water.
That's all I want to say.
Rivers of water.
Even when got the water we drink this week. I was like, all right, man, but you know, hey, you gotta come out, man.
And we suppose any real man that's following the scripts is supposed to be hated of this world, because this world is all wicked. It says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and the vibration of this people everywhere in the world is on wickedness. You know, they believe in homosexuality, they believe in pedophilia. They believe in they believe in women being equal to men. Look at the shirt right there. It say feminine. That's the spirit, bro.
That is the spirit.
That's how you know, bro. You can't make this up. You cannot make this, man.
And she by herself.
And she by herself,
You
yeah.
can't make this.
She's miserable.
Man, what?
You're a feminist, but you miserable as hell.
Yeah.
You just alienated
Every man out here.
Everything that you desire.
Everything you desire is alienated because of your puffed up emotion.
That's how you know this isn't just us doing this, man.
Yeah.
This is the spirit of power y'all about to shot, man.
Right.
It's the man.
That was the nigga woman.
The end
Fat
of-
ass nigga woman, man.
Turn the corner with pride.
Full of pride.
Pride and
Lonely
loneliness.
Lonely as hell.
Yeah.
You know? But we supposed to love this world when you got look at the state Jake in, man. You're a selfish individual if you want this world to continue. You're selfish as hell.
Selfish and
Wicked and selfish, like the brother was saying. Because if you want this world to continue, then you don't care how your people living. I'm not talking about outside outside. I'm talking about in the brotherhood, you know. Because brothers go through hella stuff, you know. Whether it be physical, spiritual. I mean, brothers got problems, you know. Infirmities, ailments and things of that sort. If you want this world to continue, then you love seeing your people suffer.
Yeah.
We don't like seeing this shit, you know. Look at the state the women in. They proud as hell. You know, man, that's how you know this is the spirit of power, y'all shot. But it's not for everybody. You know, Jake is gonna continue to walk around. And we talking about you so-called Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans, you know?
That's right.
But Con, let's get back into the scripture, bro.
Let me finish this script right here. This is the end of that Romans 12 and 19. Vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord.
And that's why we're not supposed to be carnally minded, you know? Because Yahweh Shai is fighting our battles, you know? He's beating up, he's taking the demons that try to come upon us, he's whooping them, you know? The demons that come up in the flesh and try to say all kinds of waywardness about us, he's gonna kill them for us, you know?
And he got the angels taking notes of everything that go on.
God, like we
And
said.
the angels got to report back to Yahweh Shai.
Can you get Matthew 12?
Yeah, I got something real quick.
Come, go ahead.
This is Luke 18 and 7. And show not the Most High avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them. I tell you that he will avenge them speedily.
Come.
Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth?
Come. And then who's going to be the faithful on the earth? The elect, the 144,000 and the 1/3, you know? But back to the vengeance, Yahweh Shem Shai said, vengeance is mine, you know? So he's going to repay the vengeance on those that did us wrong. Because, you know, if you mad at us, you're not mad at us. You mad at the spirit that's on us, and that spirit is of Yahweh Shem Shai. So that's who you truly mad at. And he going to kill you, you know?
Quickly. This is Luke chapter 10. Salakia. Luke chapter 10, verse 16. It says, he that heareth you, Salakia, he that heareth you heareth me, and he that despiseth you despiseth me, and he that despiseth me despiseth him that sent me.
Because these aren't our words that we're saying. These things were written by Yahweh Shem Shai, you know? They were what we call them ghost written. They were ghost written by Yahweh Shem Shai, you know? So these words aren't us. We're not coming out of our own heart. It says the heart is deceitful among all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? So we're not coming out of our own vain opinion. These were written aforetime, you know? These were written by the man himself, the man on high himself. Yahweh Shai. Man, get away, you demon. Go ahead, let's get back into the script, bro.
This is Romans chapter 8, verse 31. What shall we then say to these things? If the Most High be for us,
If the Most High be for us, the men out there on highways and hedges, on every major city in America, and nationwide and worldwide, continue.
who can be against
Who
us?
can be against us? You can't fight no spirit, but the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai is with us.
right.
You know? So that's who protecting us. You can't whoop the man that created you. Your arm's too short to box God, you know? Is it Mark?
Yes,
Quick read.
Go ahead.
This is Psalms 34, verse 7. Salakia, going back to it. Psalms 34, verse 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that feareth him and delivereth them.
Kind. The angels encamped about those that fear Yahweh Shem Shai. And who are those that fear Yahweh Shem Shai? The one out there on the highways, hedges, not your preachers, not your what you call them?
Pulpit pimps.
Pulpit pimps. They not the ones out there declaring the word amongst all nations, you know, telling these so-called white people who are the devil that you're gonna be in slavery by the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American in the kingdom to come. You know?
That's right.
To put it in a spiritual sense, that's so your carnal mind can get it. In a spiritual sense, the Israelites who are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth is going to enslave all the other nations upon the planet. That's whites, that's Africans,
That's right.
Caucasians, that's
Indians.
Arabs, Africans, everybody.
That's right.
Not of the lineage of these people here.
According to the Bible.
According to the scripture. That's saith Yahweh Shem Shai.
Right.
Go ahead, read that again, bro.
Psalms 34 and 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth
A
them.
lot of people get carnal because they don't understand that this is a spiritual thing,
Correct.
and that we are given an unction to be bold, so to speak, out here and declaring this word. And when we declare this word, you don't have to fear anything. Just like him taking the sign, just like the police coming, just saying like I'm gonna press charges on you. Man, we ain't afraid of the cops no more.
Correct.
Somebody get can I get one script?
I got a script too.
Wisdom of Solomon 5.
Stopped him in his tracks.
Isn't that what it is?
I got a quick one real quick. Isaiah 41, verse 10. It says, fear thou not, for I am with thee.
That's right. It says, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Yahweh Shema Shai is with us. Continue.
Be not dismayed, for I am thy power.
Be not dismayed, because he is with us. Be not dismayed, because the power, he controls everything. If he controls everything, then he controls the spirits around you. So he can have them do whatever he ordained them to do, you know?
Yeah.
So it's nothing that can come upon us that's that he don't ordain, you know?
Yeah.
God.
It says, I will strengthen thee, yeah, I will help thee.
God, he will strengthen thee. He will be, it says he's our strength and salvation, you know? Continue.
Yeah, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness.
That's right. He will uphold thee with the right hand of our righteousness. So for us to come out and do the work and to live the word to the best of our ability, we don't take that lightly, you know? We take that as a job of Yahweh Shema Shai, the creator. He put this on us for us to do it. So how can you possibly buck up to that, you know? How can you not do what Yahweh Shema Shai say, you know?
The biggest thing about being of the elect or hopeful elect, so to speak, is that you're chosen. You get chosen to do it. It's not that you choose to do it. You're chosen by someone above you to do it. So you got to go through whatever it is they put you.
And that shows you how wrong the Christian church is right there. They say, do you accept the Most High to be your personal Savior? You can't accept nothing. He got to choose you. Is it more?
Salaki, I lost my...
Isaiah 41.
Yeah, Isaiah 41, Salaki. Isaiah, back in Isaiah 41 and 11. Isaiah 41 and 11. It says, behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish.
Can you read that one more time, bro?
It says, behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded.
All those that came against you, talking about how you was crazy, talking about how the word don't stand, talking about how basically Yahweh Shema Shai and the rules that he set up are wrong. Everybody anti-Yahweh Shai will be ashamed, you know? Because if you anti-Yahweh Shai, you anti-righteousness, you know? What does homosexuality bring that's a positive? Nothing. It's absolutely nothing besides diseases, death. It brings a demonic vibration unto kids because they do touch children. You know, everything anti-Yahweh Shai brings forth death. So everything and everyone that comes against the servants of Yahweh Shema Shai will be ashamed, you know?
Ashamed and confounded.
And confounded.
Whatsoever falleth upon his stone shall be ground to powder.
And shows you how wicked this world is too. Because you know, for standing up boldly for the words that were written by Yahweh Shema Shai, the world will look at you wrong. You look at you as if something wrong with you, or you're not one with the world. I had a personal experience with a girl that was getting mad at me because I ain't accepting no faggots. She got mad at me and started bucking up with her friends. So what happened to her later? Yahweh Shema Shai had them same friends that she was with whoop her ass. You know? Had the faggots beat her up. You know? So that show you, man, and these are just testimonies and tribulations that every brother in the truth go through, you know? Every brother they could be similar stories, but they're all different in a way, you know?
That's right.
Hey, well, all those different things happen to build up your hope and your faith. It says tribulation, work of patience, patience, experience, hope. All right.
Make you not ashamed to do it.
That's it. You know?
And we know it's to come, you know? We know it's only a matter of time before this place go away. You know, we one event away. You know?
We hasten the day.
If a false flag or something big was to happen in Vegas, this shit shut down. You know? And then what's after that? The chip and the missiles. That's it. Those are the two main events, the basic two main events that we're waiting for. And then the kingdom of heaven is established in the elector seal, you know?
Got this in Wisdom Solomon.
Let me read this right here. Matthew 12 and I'm going to start at 35. It says, a good man out of the good treasure of the heart bringeth forth good things. And an evil man out of the evil treasure bringing forth evil things.
Right.
But because there's good and evil
Right,
people
it's
out
balance.
there. Right. It says, but I say unto
And
you,
you said the treasure.
yeah,
That's talking about out of your mind.
yep.
You know, for where your treasure is, there shall your heart also. So if you got an evil conscience, you know, it's evil within your mentality.
Zone in.
It's sown in you. Hey, you gonna perform evil.
Right.
You know, and likewise with the righteous, if you got a righteous mentality, which are the men of the Lord, they're gonna be doing the things that's of righteousness.
Kind of. That also goes with the people you hang around too. If you got a whole bunch of niggas that's committing adultery and worried about money, clothes, money, cars, clothes, and hoes, then that's gonna be the spirit or vibration that that demon gets on you. It's gonna hop on you. You know.
You're leading yourself to the opportunity for that to get on.
Right. But if you hanging around nothing but righteous men, you know, being in the brotherhood,
Or by yourself.
right, or by yourself in the scriptures, then that's gonna be sown unto you. You know.
That's why Apostle Paul said, "Be not unequally yoked with unbelievers."
Right.
What agreement do righteousness have with wickedness, or with unrighteousness? Light with darkness, man. Nothing.
Right.
So you ain't supposed to surround yourself with niggas.
Right.
And the analogy is great about light and dark because there's no gray area. It's you're one or the other. You're in the shadow or you're in the light.
How do you cold?
Right. We had a dude from school. He texted me. He was like, "Hey man, take off work for the 27th to 29th." I'm like, "What for? We ain't kicked it since senior year." He's trying to go to California. I'm only going to California to hang out with the brothers and hold camp. That's the only reason I want to go back to California, you know? But he want to just go chill and bullshit, you know? And hang, man. Go
Ain't
ahead.
happening.
Go ahead.
Verse 36, Matthew 12:36. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, proving that that's the treasure, right? Out of the treasure. Anyway, it says, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment.
Kind. Every idle word. So all you scoffers, all you women that's talking about the men of the Lord, all you feminists, everybody, basically everybody that's coming against the men of Yahweh Shem Shai and Yahweh Shem Shai. Every idle word they're gonna take account of in that day. So all you people that's walking by, thinking in your head or your mind that, oh, these dudes are crazy, that's your ass. You know, you being marked. You're being condemned. You know, every Jake that walked by thinking, oh, these guys are out of it for having a picture of Caesar Borgia with the horns. That's you. First off, that's you not knowing the truth, and you not wanting to know. Because if you wanted to know, all you have to do is come up and ask. You know, but instead you thinking, oh, they got horns on Jesus. You gonna take account for that in the day of Yahweh Shem Shai's wrath. You know.
Like I said, going back to that scripture you had earlier in Isaiah 54 and 17,
God.
and every tongue that shall rise up against thee in judgment, thou shalt condemn.
God.
You know, because everybody gonna have to give account to Yahweh Shai when he comes back.
That's right.
All right. Any grievance that you got, you're gonna have to plead with him. You know, and it says that when he comes back, he ain't gonna meet you as a man.
That's right.
You know.
Let me read this. Verse 37. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned.
God.
And what you say about this book in negativity, and what you say about this book in sincerity and in truth.
What you thinking too?
God.
You think about it, right?
God, you know your thoughts.
Yeah, it's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labor.
God, and who are those righteous men? That's not talking about you jakes that be at the what you call it, the black what? The black
Caucus.
nah, dang, like when they be in the streets riding.
Or Black Lives Matter.
The Black Lives Matter riots, talking about basically rioting or revolting against Esau. That's not talking about y'all.
You mean them LGBT riots?
Kind.
LGBT lives matter?
Kind.
'Cause that's really what that is.
Kind.
It has nothing really to do with so-called black people.
Kind.
All right, that whole movement is led by some three dyke women and a sodomite man, funded by the devil. You know, that ain't talking about them, man.
And to show how stupid you women is, because brother uploaded one video, and it had like a whole bunch of different videos in it, and one of the videos was like a bunch of women in the street yelling, and they was all naked. Like, what? You ain't got no respect for yourself. But you want a man to have respect for you. Because we not equal either. You bleeding every month. That's a sign of weakness. Bleeding is a sign of weakness, which shows that we are stronger.
Yeah, that shit is a joke, man. What these women is trying to do out there is really a joke. All right, the men, they get involved because they under a pussy with vibration.
Just like the
yeah, they want acceptance by the woman, you know. But men, they deep down they know that what these women are out here doing is really just off a show. You know, these women are up in their feelings. You know, they want attention. Nobody take that shit serious, man.
A bunch of bitches on their period.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
And I was watching the video. Patrice on there, he said there's a man period also. Men have periods, and it's basically because they can't have sex with another woman, more than just the one woman they got. So because that's part of that feminist agenda of the monogamy. But that don't even that's not even conducive in wisdom for the whole world. But that's not trying to change it. But just saying that whole thing comes from a place of wickedness that people don't even respect. But that's all you guys that's in that Black Lives Matter movement that's full of that, man. That's what I'm saying. Hey, if you follow Black Lives Matter, look around and see how many fleur-de-lis symbols, because that's a symbol of a vagina that you have around here signifying woman worship and vagina worship. And that's the vibration you're under. Those are the things that the strongholds that we break down. Those are the things that we're out here to break down, to show you people.
Yeah, the only people that are standing in great boldness is the men of the Lord.
That's right.
All right, the brothers that are, you know, Israel that's out there pushing this word strong and not sparing nobody's feelings, and they out here teaching the truth, teaching sound doctrine, you know, teaching what Great Millstone teaches. Those are the men that are standing in great boldness, man. We cussing these devils out to their face.
That's right.
We cussing these faggots out to their face.
That's right.
We put these women in their place.
That's right.
Hey, that's the territory of the men of the Lord.
Of men.
Of men. Hey, show it. Is that Job? Gird up thy loins now like a man and show yourself men. You know? So that, hey, the Lord is only calling, he's dealing with the men.
It says the flock of the Lord's pasture are men. You know? You ain't about to find no women out here prophesying and preaching with garments on.
Hell no. See, them bitches in the Black Lives Matter, the Black Lives Matter marches or whatever, all they gotta do is just hold hands and just chat some shit for like an hour, and then they finna go back home. You know, they gotta go back home to their boyfriends, to their dyke girlfriends. They got kids at home. You know?
And all them women in the feminist movement, when you take a look at majority of them, they scorn. They miserable. You know? They can't get one.
Can't get it, yeah.
They either
like that bitch that done walked by twice with the feminist shirt on. There's a reason why she's walking by herself on the Las Vegas Strip. There's 110 degrees outside.
You can't buy an escort? God dang. To walk around?
You got a paid nigga to come out here and walk around.
Salaki, those
ain't no man finna hold hands with that.
Those are women that want to rule. And they can't find nobody to rule over, so they all latching together.
Be on
and that's what happens.
Hey, problem. The women don't want to